I'm not really a newcomer though. But I'm accepted nevertheless.
Two of the UK's biggest rap stars globally have finally linked up and released a banger. Dave, my favorite UK rapper, as well as Central Cee, the world's favorite UK rapper, have released Sprinter. It's June right now, and they arguably released a song of the summer. This collaboration was well overdue, seeing that Dave had been the king holding down the UK rap scene, passing the torch to Central Cee. As Central Cee finally got his recognition back in 2021 when he released Day in the Life, Loading, all hit songs from his Wild West mixtapes. Central Cee was an artist that flourished on TikTok. Back in 2021, when he released Day in the Life, Commitment Issues, Loading, he had TikTok on lock and fans ate it up. He had the challenges of him getting ready, showing his day in the life. He had the girls dancing to the challenges. He had the guys freestyling. He had this whole thing in a chokehold, and TikTok was in a frenzy. In fact, when it comes to artists that gained major fame from TikTok and stayed relevant years later, Central Cee takes the cake. Central Cee has not only become one of the biggest artists out right now, but one of the biggest independent artists ever. In a Complex interview, Cent spoke briefly on his independent success. The fact that I'm an independent artist who really does features is a statement in itself. I think it says what I want to say. Knowing that I put my best foot forward and put together the best body of music that I can. I'm not too fussed on how it does commercially, as long as it's appreciated by the people that have been listening and supporting up until this point. The reason why this song Sprinter has 6.1 million views in 2 days and is number 3 on trending is because Central Cee and Dave are extremely versatile. Rather than strictly being a UK drill artist that would have put them in a box, or rapping while the opposite got shanked and didn't make it to Christmas, or even question the opposite survived, or why they didn't get back and ride off their dead mans, they chose a melodic and commercial route that would allow their songs to be clean enough to play on the radio, but also hard enough for the roadman to bump it in the club and on the roads. For Central Cee, one of the biggest reasons why he's so successful is the ladies love him, and I mean no dick riding shit. It's like if you ever saw his videos, the shorties are feeding from him in the comments, they love who he is, his whole persona, and they as fans buy into his whole story, and they believe who he is as a rapper. It's like when it comes to ticket sales and album sales, I feel like women are also the people who spend more money. Like men, you might have to look at someone 3 times to buy. Women, they're going to buy your shirts, they're going to buy his Sign World merch, they're going to go to his concert and go to Rolling Loud, they're going to pay to see him win. And I feel like with him being a successful artist in North America, not only in the UK, that's why he's so big and that's why he gets so much money. It's like we've seen him come to Rolling Loud in Toronto. He actually was here in February for a Toronto show, and he's so big internationally that like I said before, I don't think we've ever seen an artist this big globally that is independent in such a short matter of time. Like, this takes years. And when it comes to Central Cee, he's actually been rapping since 2015, so he might be 25 right now, but he's been rapping since he was like 18. Like, this isn't an overnight success. This is something that's been rapping for so long. It's like, if you ever saw the interview clip of him at the MOBO Awards, the British MOBO Awards, he said, he got the award for the best newcomer. He said, I've really been doing this for forever, but I'll take the award nonetheless. But he's really been rapping for that long, and the success coming to him right now is simply well-deserved. Speaking on Central Cee's global dominance, we must speak on why he's so big in North America. As of recently, particularly 10 months ago, Central Cee teamed up with Cole Bennett from Lyrical Lemonade. Now, Cole Bennett is one of the biggest videographers in the hip-hop scene in America. Not even just America, just North America. Cole Bennett has one of the biggest hip-hop YouTube audiences with over 20 million subscribers. The music video for Doja was filmed by Cole Bennett, and Central Cee experienced the Cole Bennett effect. Although you may think I'm joking, the Cole Bennett effect is a real thing. The Cole Bennett effect is artists who work with the Lyrical Lemonade Productions team, and the career skyrocketed after that music video being done by them. The list includes Juice WRLD, the Chicago rapper, with the song Lucid Dreams, which to this day still is his biggest song ever. And then we got Lil Tecca's song Ransom, which was the 2019 song of the summer. And surprisingly, Tecca is still very big in New York and every major city that he goes to. There was tons of remixes with the Blueface Tatiana songs that came out in 2018. And then we had recently Who Wants Smoke with Lil Durk, G Herbo, 21 Savage, and Nardo Wick. Central Cee has capitalized off everything. Recently, he's put on his own UK streetwear brand, Sign and Mode. Now, this is something that he's been promoting since October, I believe. And he's had basically been posting it all over Instagram, leading up to the hype. But it's something I noticed with big time artists is, instead of just dropping a line like a regular person does who has a clothing brand, they will promote their stuff for at least a year before they drop it. I saw this with Zach Bia's brand. We saw this with Drake's Knock the Gear and OVO stuff. He wears it before he releases it, which builds up hype because when you see it on the person that you love or you look up to or you listen to, you want it even more. And he's been doing that. Obviously, him and Dave have been in cahoots working with Cortez, which is another UK major streetwear brand founded by Clint 419. Central Cee has been doing everything right, from getting co-signs from rap legends like Drake, multiple songs charting on Billboard Hot 100s, as well as starting a very expensive yet lucrative clothing brand. And it's clear Central's been capitalizing on all avenues. When it comes to Dave, the dawn of UK rap, Dave is one of the most lyrically gifted rappers I've ever heard. And I'm not talking about in the UK, I'm not talking about in North America, in Europe, I mean ever. When Dave raps, he has a sort of cadence where if you miss the bar, you will never hear it again. He's not like these rappers who share a chorus. Like Dave will have a chorus for a song like Starlight, where it's like potential 5, wifey, in the street respected highly. But when it comes to other songs, like if you miss Dave's bar once, you're never hearing it again. And I feel like he's so selective of what he puts out that his music hits even better. Like Dave hasn't released an album since 2021. We're all in this together. And I saw when he actually came to Toronto, by the way. Went there with the fam, and it was a movie. And as you can see how Dave has such a cultural importance. Like he's from Nigeria, talks about his struggle coming up as a single mom, as well as his brother who's in jail right now. And he just talks about the real life struggles. And Dave just appeals to such a wider audience. And I feel like you have someone like Dave who's basically the same age as Sench, but been in the game way longer, from 17 after he came out with Thiago Silva, with AJ Tracy, probably 17, 18, maybe even 20 around there. But he's just been such a staple in UK rap, and the fact that he's now like passing the torch, embracing Central C, something that I love to see, because a lot of times the older artists see a newer artist run up the ranks, they get intimidated by them, and they almost don't want to help them because they feel if they're getting so big, they might take my spot. This is something particularly seen in American rap, as although we have people like Drake who embrace newer rappers, there are also other artists like Nicki Minaj, I want to say, who aren't really too open arms to the younger artists because they feel that maybe they're coming for a spot as a queen of rap. However, in the UK rap scene, I feel like Dave is a perfect example of someone who embraces, I don't even want to say the youth because him and Central are the same age, however, embraces people who are newer to the mainstream audience and newer to the mainstream game. The versatility of Dave is unparalleled. You can have him sing a love song, like how he did on the song Law of Attraction featuring Snow Allegra. Then you can have him hop on an Afrobeat song like he did with Systems with Wizkid. And then also Locations with Burna Boy, which is actually his biggest song to this day, by streams of course. I want to be very clear, no glazing, just all facts telling you what it is. Dave is not a rapper, Dave is not an artist, Dave is a musician. He can sing, he can rap, he can play guitar, he can play piano. It's like I'm watching him at the Brit Awards 2021, and again 2022 when he performed In The Fire, which is my favorite song from We're All Alone This Together. He had Meeks on it, he had Fredo, Giggs, Gets, and Dave's part is probably my favorite part, and then I'll say Fredo because Fredo came in tough on the intro of that track, and he was the first leg of that relay race that he held it down. But Dave is just like, he's the center of it all. Like he can do everything, and the fact that he's just so young, like 25 years old, doing this, and he's been like this for the past 5, 6, 7 years, it's just crazy to see that we have artists like this who's this young, putting in this much pain, embracing the newer artists like Sench, who may not be as much as a musician, but still a very lyrical rapper, and someone that people obviously love to hear and people like to listen to. This elite run of Dave and Sench must be studied, as Dave had a sold out North American and Europe tour in 2022, and Central C is basically doing the same thing. Dave and Sench are strictly quality over quantity. Central C has less than 5 features in his mainstream hip hop game, so the fact that he's this big on his own says everything we need to know. And when it comes to him releasing songs, he hasn't released that much music over the past 2 years after him blowing up 2021 from TikTok. However, the songs that he releases are at key points in his career. He released something in the summer, like how he released Doja Cat last year, the Doja song of course, or he released Obsessed With You back in 2022 I believe, or 2021, near the Wild West type of days, and even had a tape that he released because people were leaking his music, so he said, F it, I'm gonna leak the tape, and that's what he did. But with this new song with Sprinter, with Dave, it's like the two goats in the UK finally linked up for brunch, and nigga, this shit is heat. Like, no other way around it, this shit is heat. So this video is very different, of course. I talked about the UK rap artists who are very popular around the world, a very different type of rabbit hole and dive, as we usually pertain towards North American rap and North American hip hop. Let me know if you enjoy this, if I should talk about more UK artists or stay strictly on American hip hop down below. This is something I do enjoy, but let me know what you guys want to see, and I'm gonna do that, man. This is a very different type of rocky approach, and let me know if you like what I put out. Thank you for your time. Jared Star, I'm gone.